Who should Israel trust? God or foreign alliances? Who do we trust? Let's look at Isaiah 30. What did God warn Israel about trusting in a treaty with Egypt? This is the Lord's message for his rebellious people. You follow your own plans instead of mine. You make treaties without asking me, and you keep on sinning. You trust Egypt for protection, so you refuse my advice and send messengers to Egypt to beg their king for help. You'll be disappointed, completely disgraced for trusting Egypt. The king's power reaches from the city of Zoan as far south as Hanes, but Egypt can't protect you, and to trust that nation is useless and foolish. Does the phrase Rahab, or pride, who sits still, describe Egypt here as do-nothing pride? An oracle on the beasts of the Negev, through a land of trouble and anguish, from where come the lioness and the lion, the adder and the flying fiery serpent. They carry their riches on the backs of donkeys, and their treasures on the humps of camels, to a people that cannot profit them. Egypt's help is worthless and empty. Therefore I've called her Rahab, who sits still. Were people in ancient Israel very similar to many moderns, wanting to hear only smooth things, illusions? Go now, write it on a tablet, in their presence, and inscribe it on a scroll. It'll be for the future, forever and ever. They are a rebellious people, deceptive children, children who don't want to obey the Lord's instruction. They say to the seers, "Don't see," and to the prophets, "Don't prophesy the truth to us. Tell us flattering things, prophesy illusions. Get out of the way, leave the pathway, rid us of the Holy One of Israel." How suddenly would the collapse of the nation in rebellion against God be? Therefore, this is what the Holy One of Israel says: because you reject this message and put your trust in oppression and enjoy it, and since you rely on it, therefore for you this sin will become like a breach in a high wall that's about to collapse, bulging out, and whose crash comes suddenly, in an instant. Its breaking will be like when potter's vessels are broken, shattered so ruthlessly that among its fragments not even a broken sliver will be found for taking fire from a hearth or scooping water out of a cistern. What would have guaranteed the salvation of the nation? For thus says the Lord God, the Holy One of Israel, in returning and rest shall you be saved. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. And you would not, but you said no, for we'll flee upon horses. Therefore shall you flee, and we'll ride upon the swift. Therefore shall they that pursue you be swift. 1,000 shall flee at the rebuke of one. At the rebuke of 5 shall you flee, till you be left as a beacon upon the top of a mountain, and as an ensign on a hill. Will Jerusalem eventually return to God and be blessed? Therefore Yahweh waits with longing to be gracious to you, and therefore he's on high to have compassion on you. For Yahweh's a God of justice. How blessed are all those who wait for him. O people in Zion, inhabitant in Jerusalem, you'll weep no longer. He'll surely be gracious to you at the sound of your cry. When he hears it, he'll answer you. The Lord has given you bread of distress and water of oppression. He, your teacher, will no longer hide himself, but your eyes will see your teacher, and your ears will hear a word behind you. This is the way, walk in it. Whenever you turn to the right or to the left, and you'll defile your graven images, overlaid with your silver, and your molten images platted with your gold. You'll scatter them as an impure thing, and say to them, "Begone." What'll the day look like when God heals the people of Jerusalem? Then he'll give you rain for your seed, which you'll sow in the ground, and bread from the yield of the ground, and it'll be rich and plentiful. On that day your livestock will graze in a wide pasture. Also the oxen and the donkeys that work the ground will eat seasoned feed, which has been winnowed with shovel and pitchfork. And on every lofty mountain and every high hill there'll be streams running with water on the day of the great slaughter, when the towers fall, and the light of the full moon will be like the light of the sun, and the light of the sun will be 7 times brighter, like the light of 7 days. On the day the Lord binds up the fracture of his people and heals the wound he's inflicted. Will the people of Jerusalem have gladness on the day of judgment? See, the name of the Lord comes from afar, with burning anger and dense clouds of smoke. His lips are full of wrath, and his tongue is a consuming fire. His breath is like a rushing torrent, rising up to the neck. He shakes the nations in the sieve of destruction. He places in the jaws of the peoples a bit that leads them astray. And you'll sing as on the night you celebrate a holy festival. Your hearts will rejoice as when people playing pipes go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the rock of Israel. How glorious will the judgment of the Lord be in that day! Is Tophet in the valley of Hinnom, which, as the town's rubbish dump, pictured hell. The Lord will cause his glorious voice to be heard, and show the descent of his arm, with the indignation of his anger, and the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering, tempest, and hailstones. For through the voice of the Lord Assyria will be beaten down, as he strikes with the rod, and in every place where the staff of punishment passes, which the Lord lays on him, it'll be with tambourines and harps, and in battles of brandishing he'll fight with it. For Tophet was established of old, yes, for the king it's prepared. He's made it deep and large. Its pyre is fire with much wood. The breath of the Lord, like a stream of brimstone, kindles it. Did Jesus echo this chapter as he grieved over Jerusalem? O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones God's messengers. How often I've wanted to gather your children together, as a hen protects her chicks beneath her wings, but you wouldn't let me. Who should Israel trust, God or foreign alliances? Who do we trust? You decide.